Hey guys, what's up? It's Kim Ray and you're watching Kim Ray Music TV, and I'm back with another Real Housewives of Atlanta review. Y'all, this episode was so messy! Oh my gosh, Kandi! Oh, I just want to preface this review with Kandi, girl. Now I don't take anything away from Kandi's business side, okay? She got it going on when it comes down to business ventures and getting the bag. She got it. You got it. But this whole messy, drumming up stuff for no reason after you and Portia had already buried the hatchet, letting your Kandi Coated Nights crew, your Kandi Closet crew, you know, drum up all this extra drama, and then you not even knowing full details, and then you, like, it just does not look good at all. At all. And you know, that's really what it is. But you know, we gonna get into this review. But I just want to say this episode was good. It was good. It was good like the chocolate I have no business eating. It was good, y'all. Alright, so if you're new here, make sure you subscribe down below to my channel. Scroll down a little bit and get to commenting on what you thought about this review. Also, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kim Ray Music TV. And y'all, we gonna get into it because we've waited enough. Okay, so this episode was edited very nicely, might I say, but the producers, they wanted to give us something different. So it starts out with a blow up on the roof, and I was like, wait a minute, I was a little confused. I'm like, did I miss something? You know, Kandi and Portia are going back and forth. Portia calling Kandi fake. Kandi, y'all know how she get. You can't call her fake, okay? Because Kandi feel like she real, and I feel like Kandi's real too. But Carmen, Don Juan, I feel like they instigate a lot of stuff. Remember, they used to do this with Phaedra too. They instigate a lot of stuff and then they sit around and talk about the person. And then Kandi doesn't speak up. She kind of laughs and takes it all in. So at this party, Kandi was not present. So that's why I feel like she not even in on all this. She don't even really know. She taking the word of her friends who are already pot stirrers. They already stir the pot anyway. Okay, so we start off with that. Then we get a 1 week earlier and a rewind. Okay, so I liked that. I like that I like that, bravo. Let's keep up with the editing. Let's do stuff like that more often. So Kandi is having a meeting with everyone after Todd's birthday party. I thought this was cool. I thought that she is maybe sitting down with the team, you know, to discuss what better things they can do the next time they have an event, you know, maybe money that was spent, money that was wasted. You know, it was cool to see the business side of things, but then they weren't talking about that. They were talking about the Portia mess. So Kandi, you know, she remembers, or Kandi asked about Portia being put out, you know, what happened, what was going on. So we get this girl in this Mona type of hair. She has Mona type of hair, and I was like, who is this? You know, she starts talking, and then we get a flashback, and I realized, oh, that's Jamie. Okay, Jamie has been shady. The last time she was on this screen with the braids or the top knot or whatever she had, she was shady then, and she's being shady now, okay? I don't know none of this to be true. I'm just reading body language, okay? So it's like a cross between Portia and Lauren and Dennis sitting at one of Dennis's establishments, and Kandi and Kandi Coated crew telling, you know, the recap of everything. So it's, you really get the two sides of both of each story feel, but the passion behind what Portia's saying versus what Jamie's saying is what's making me feel like Portia's telling the truth. I don't know what reason Portia would have to lie. She don't have no reason to lie, and I really feel like if she was gonna lie, she wouldn't have been so hyped up. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, she's retelling the story, Jamie, and it just it's not sounding convincing to me. You know, Todd is saying, y'all know how Portia get when she be on the Henny. Little does he know, she wasn't on no Henny, even though they had open bars. She wasn't on nothing because Portia's pregnant. And they don't know that. And even if they did at this point, which I really don't think they did at this point, because Kandi still don't know, later on she still doesn't know because Cynthia makes that comment, Portia was not drinking because she's pregnant. So I thought, okay, this is where the hole in your story is going to go, because Portia may be turned up usually on the Henny, but in this case, maybe she wasn't. And so the problem I have here is, if you don't know what happened, find out before you just believe everyone who's associated with that person. Find out what happened. Ooh wee. Okay, so I honestly feel like I'm skipping around, but I honestly feel like Candy automatically believed the crew because she's already on the fence with Portia anyway, and her crew is more loyal to her. So she's going to believe them, and she's not even going to take the time or put in energy towards wanting to understand Portia's side because that's not her real friend. It's just a coworker anyway. If you feel me on that, put some music notes in the comment box, okay? So we end up thinking Portia thinks it was a setup, and I 100% agree. A lot of people on Twitter were saying that they think Dennis was lying because what happened was Portia, Dennis was walking, and I guess the Jamie girl and the ex, Sherry, had walked over to Dennis and was trying to give him a kiss on the cheek. Portia comes over and, you know, tries to follow the girl and basically ask her, like, what was all that? What's going on? Candy thinks that Portia was trying to start a fight. So the deacon-looking security guard takes Portia and escorts her out. Portia says they were already about to leave because she felt like she was being set up and she didn't like that. I 100% agree and feel like they might try to orchestrate some type of stuff like that just to try to see what she gonna do. I really believe that because Candy was already going out of her way to tell stuff about Portia's relationship. So why wouldn't, and she's telling her friends, so even if she didn't have any intention of that happening, her friends have minds of their own and they have information that Candy's been feeding to them. So why wouldn't they, you know, Candy's crew has always been trying to like get in where they fit in, you know, with opinions on how they felt about Phaedra, about Nene, you know, so it's not new at all. So Cynthia keeps calling Noelle, y'all. It's been 24 hours and Cynthia's saying Noelle's not answering. Mal comes down, and let me just say, I really like the lighter hair on Mal. I know that she's used to rocking the all black or all dark brown, but that lighter color really looks good on her. Okay, but anyway, Mal comes down and she's like, y'all not gonna be talking all minutes of every day now. She's away at college for a reason. Let her grow and experience things. And, you know, I think it's hard for parents, you know, when they're used to having their kids right there, you know, they want to talk to them every day. And, you know, their kids are trying to experience life and learn things about life. They're not going to be on the phone all hours of the day or even every day. So Cynthia's gearing up for Mike Hill. He is coming over, and this is the first time that he's going to be able to spend the night because apparently while Noelle was there, she was just like sneaking him out in the middle of the night and he would stay at his mom's. And I was like, Cynthia, you are much too old for that, okay? Your daughter, that's why it was so hard for them to separate because she really does baby her daughter. Ooh-wee. Oh man, anyway, so he's coming over and this is like the first time in 5 months that he's going, I think it's 5 months, that he's going to be staying the night. So she says that a lot of people don't know this about her, but she can be corny when it comes to guys. And I said, yeah, we know that. We know that. But it's okay because Mike Hill seems corny. So you guys can be corny together. So apparently he's got some question that he needs to ask her, and it's like some burning question. There's all this suspense geared up with it, and Cynthia's just blushing, and it's just, you know, I don't know how I feel about it. On one hand, I like seeing Cynthia happy, but then on the other hand, I'm just like, girl, you got to have a poker face. You got to have, you know, because if you're this high up and it's not that serious yet, you're gonna fall so hard if something goes wrong. And I'm not wishing demise on your relationship, but just try to pace yourself through it. And this is me telling you 51 cents. Try to pace yourself through it. So the Leaks are making drinks and hors d'oeuvres for a special guest, and who do y'all think it is? Like Miss P used to say, Uncle Ben. Peter is back in the building, y'all, and he has come over to the Leaks house to visit. Now, tell me if you guys, with some music notes in the comments, if you got the same vibe as me. I felt like Greg was not feeling the fact that Nene was doing all the talking with Peter there. He might have been happy to see Peter. Maybe he wanted just him and Peter to go off and talk, you know, on the porch or lanai somewhere. But Nene was doing lots of talking. And maybe it was just me that was uncomfortable. I really was getting this whole aura from Greg where he was just like, okay, can we stop talking about all this? And can it just be me and him? Because this is catty stuff, and, you know, like, why do y'all be talking like a bunch of females? I don't know. I could be wrong, but leave some music notes if you agree. But they're basically just catching up, talking about Greg's health you know, how he's lost weight, but he still looks good. You know, he hasn't gained a considerable amount of it back. The cancer is gone. Asked about bar one. Asked about the party, because Peter also went to Todd's party. Did he see Portia getting kicked out? No, he didn't see it, but he feels like she's always getting kicked out of parties. And I was like, okay, Peter is here for the shade. All right, he was shading that. He shaded Mike Hill working for Fox Sports. He don't watch Fox Sports. He watches ESPN for his sports. I said, oh, well, excuse me, baby. Okay. So then Nene's just doing this creepy laugh between the two of them. And I was just like, I don't know. As I was tweeting on Twitter, everybody kept saying Peter is looking like a snack. Y'all, I didn't even look at Peter like that. I was just like Peter's back. Peter was annoying before. Peter liked to butt his head and stuff that he didn't have no business butting it in. I mean, clearly he seems a whole lot more chill, no pun intended with the chill and Cynthia, but he seems a whole lot more chill. But I was just like, why y'all looking at Peter like that? Ew. Ain't nobody ever looked at Uncle Ben like that. So Eva and Mike are headed to Tanya and Paul's house for a little dinner date. And we didn't know that Mike and Paul and Mike actually attended Morehouse together. So that's cool. You know, they actually know each other. So Eva feels like her and Tanya are going to get along better. And plus, we really like Tanya. She's a fun spirit. You know, she can dress and, you know, she seems very positive. So we like Tanya so far. But, they go to the bar and Paul is making drinks and Mike throws a little shade. I can't even remember old girl's name from the other episode where she was saying, I was that B at Clark Atlanta. What was her name? See, I don't even remember it. But anyway, he was throwing shade at that. He was asking Paul if there was anything between them. You know, I hope we don't have no ill blood. You know, do you remember me, basically? And they laugh it off. I did notice that Eva's commanding the room in Tanya's house. She was like, how about we move over here away from the bar? I said, let the host do that. Now, maybe I missed it. I don't know. But I feel like Eva was doing that. She was doing all the talking. She was recapping on the girls' trip, saying how Tanya did the whole fashion show. And then, you know, she talked about her mistake of the bachelorette party. So they decide they're going to have a second bachelorette party overseas. So they go get this globe. Paul gets the globe. And they're spinning it to try to figure out where they're going. They get Russia. Y'all know we can't go there. North Korea, we definitely can't go there. And so they finally decide on, I think it was Japan. And so they're going to introduce the next girls' trip to Japan. So Mike is here. He is finally here. Gets dropped off by the Uber Extra or Uber XL, and they are kissing at the door. I said, chill. Y'all need to chill, okay? See, Hill? Y'all need to chill, okay? They are kissing at the door, and he is getting all turned on. Now, I'm going to say this. I don't know if he's just extra hot on her, and, you know, maybe that's all the comments that we're getting within the editing, but I feel like everything that he was saying was just horn dog stuff. He wasn't saying like stuff about her personally. It was all like vain comments, all about, you know, getting it in on the counter or taking it upstairs or kissing or making out or I missed you because of this, because of that, and you look good when you cut the cheese. And I was like, he didn't even realize what he just said. But it was just like, I like this if this isn't too serious. But when he was like, can we go steady or can we make it official? I was like, I thought y'all were already official. So Cynthia getting all excited about this question. Did she think that they were official before and him asking her made her realize that they weren't? Or did he just finally, like, did he ask her something that she already knew he was gonna? I don't know. I was just like, okay, so y'all just been talking this whole time, but y'all been exclusive? But what? Like, what? So, I don't know, but I just know all this flirting back and forth. Watching people my parents' age, I was just like, I like it a little to an extent. But they was talking about the counter and she got served on the counter and she's smiling and giggling. She's smiling and giggling in her green screen. I was like, ooh, Cynthia, girl. I hope don't nobody mess this up for them because she is so like floating in the sky right now. I need her to come down just a little bit. Shamari and Ronnie are meeting up for couples counseling with another couple. I almost thought it was the Grays, y'all, but it wasn't them. But they're meeting up with them for couples counseling. It's more of the, you know, stay-at-home wife. She wants to go out and do her dream thing, Anais type of thing. Everything that, you know, every stay-at-home mom has to deal with, wanting to stay at home with their kids and watch them develop and watch them grow, but then wanting to go back out and fulfill your dreams and get back to singing. And I didn't really see a resolution here. It just kind of showed me that couples go through marriage counseling for simple things or hard things. But I did notice that Shamari looked a little washed out to me. I don't know if it's the lighting on her. I don't know if it's just because she is really fair skinned. I don't know if her makeup, like they're making her ghostly, like maybe with the powder, or maybe I don't know what's going on, but she looks very washed out on camera in certain lighting. So can we work on that for Shamari, because she's very beautiful. Y'all doing it wrong. So Portia is having a little dinner at her house, and we got Shamia, Cynthia, and Nene coming over for salad and pizza and cocktails. And y'all know Portia can't have a cocktail because she's a pregnant. But she basically having the girls over so she can kind of get a recap of Candy's party, so she can let the girls know her side of things. So she's saying, you know, she was talking to the girl and she asked her, you know, what was going on. She basically saw the ex, Sherry, go over and talk to Dennis, and as Portia was walking up, she was walking away with Jamie. I think that's what I got. So she kind of went up to her and asked her, you know, like, what was that about, or what's going on? And, you know, the ladies are finding it hard to believe that she would have incited a riot with her knowing that she's pregnant. So they're kind of more, you know, when I say ladies, I mean Cynthia and Shamia. Shamia's kind of there to attest to the things that happen. So Cynthia's kind of, you know, and Cynthia and Nene, I mean, are more believing Portia because they realize Portia's pregnant. So why would she be lying about that? She wasn't drunk or anything. So she knows what went down. So Portia also uses this moment to tell everyone that she's pregnant. And you guys remember that Nene already knew. I'm sure Shamia knew. And so Cynthia was really the only one who probably had a genuine surprise look. Shamia wanted to let everybody know she was holding it in. She already knew. But Nene genuinely acted surprised. I thought that was so funny. But yeah, so we got Portia's side. And y'all, I have no reason not to believe Portia's telling the truth. So then Tanya is hosting some kind of dinner or something at her house because remember, her and Eva have decided on a girls trip, a bachelorette party 2, over to Japan. And so they're having all the girls over. So the girls are slowly arriving and, you know, they're catching up on things, talking about the party, talking about everything. And Cynthia says to Candy, because, you know, Portia and Nene, they haven't gotten there yet. But she says to Candy, you know, I got a bone to pick with you because I really felt like you was wrong for having, you know, Portia kicked out of your party. And Candy looks deeply offended. Okay? She is looking like, me? I think you got that all the way wrong. And I said, well, hold up now, Candy. You don't really have it all the way right because you don't really know either. Okay, let's remember, you heard from the bird. Okay, you don't really know either, just like Cynthia heard. And she was like, well, you know, I was just listening to Portia's story and it just really didn't sound like, you know, that she was trying to do what you were saying that she was doing. But, you know, so everybody's telling her Portia's on her way so we can get all this cleared up. And even when Nene walks in, Portia's still not there. Candy's asking Nene, and Nene is looking like, Candy looks so mad that Nene's just stuttering all over herself. And she was just like, oh, well, I'm going to let y'all work it out. Because Candy had the bulldog face on, okay? Just like her bulldog, Georgia, she had the bulldog face on. So Portia walks in, she's speaking to everyone. Tanya asks her, you know, you want a shot before we get started? But remember, Tanya still don't know that she's pregnant. And so Portia's like, no, I'm just hungry. So she gets outside. This is what I like about Portia now. She speaks to everyone, obviously not Candy because, you know, they're beefing, but she speaks to everyone, gives them a hug. And, you know, she doesn't come in there guns a-blazing. She lets us know that she was just going to let it pass. She wasn't going to bring it up. She wasn't going to talk anything about anything with Candy. She was just going to ignore her, be cordial, whatever. And y'all know, if you notice about Portia, she stays true to that. She's always like that. Even if there's an issue, she still is cordial. She still has pure intention. So Portia starts, you know, saying how the night went. And she can tell that Candy already looks amped up. So she's like, well, you know, did they hype you up or what's going on? Because you look a whole lot more upset than this situation requires. And, you know, we don't have to take it there. But it gets escalated so high that Portia, you know, she's calling her fake. And, you know, I just really feel like I was telling y'all earlier, I really feel like Kandi, you did not get the full story. You were not there. It literally is two perspectives. Remind you of vantage point. Like the same thing happened, but there are so many different perspectives. So it's like if you don't know about something, Kandi, the best thing to do is to find out. It is to find out from the person who went through it, who was actually over there, you know, get it from Portia, even though y'all aren't that cool, or let it go, apologize for it, and don't move forward with your own feelings about it. You felt that she was being so messy, but little do you know she was pregnant. So she would not have chest bumped somebody trying to start something when she's already had complications with getting pregnant before. So it's like Kandi is missing that one factor that a lot of them already know about. So it's like she don't realize why this would not be characteristic of Portia. But it escalates. Kandi ends up getting up. She gotta leave, y'all. It's to be continued, and I can't wait to see next week. So you guys leave down in the comments what you thought about this week's episode. I'm Kim Rhoa. This is Kim Rhoa Music TV, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!